what if something is not meant for you, right? What if something is not meant for you? Because the idea of fate and the idea of universe not giving you something because it's not good for you, or there are many ideas regarding that the things that are meant for you will always find you, and the things that are not meant for you, you will forever chase them and you will not get them. And these ideas are not compatible with manifestation. You must understand that manifestation, deliberate creation, and external gods do not go together. And so this idea that what is meant for you will find you and what is not meant for you will not you will never get, is sort of a coping mechanism, right? Just like man has built many religions to cope with the immensity of this existence. This existence is harrowing and very daunting, right? So we need some sort of belief systems to cope with the dread of existence, right? And to cope with the strong desires not getting fulfilled. And because this universe is so huge and this experience is so hauntingly beautiful, but at the same time terrifying, that and since our own consciousness is so boundless, that we manifest dreadful things in our life and we do not get what we want often, and that makes us, if we were not to develop any sort of belief around it, this existence would be too much for us, and we would, like, this life would be not possible. So the idea that what is not meant for you, you will not get it, is sort of a human coping mechanism to sort of align with the idea that we are humans, there are external gods, external things outside our control. And it's basically separation consciousness, it's not unity consciousness. And what I teach, or what I talk about, and the spiritual gurus or the greats of law of assumption, law of attraction, like Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill, Florence Scovel Shinn, and the Hermeticism, and all these teachers, what they point towards and what I talk about is unity consciousness. That is not, there is no external anything deciding anything for you. It's your own higher self. And when we say higher self, we do not mean that there is some spiritual self of you that is outside of you, sitting somewhere, in the sky, dictating your life. No. It is your own higher self which, for this genuine human experience, has put amnesia on itself to shrink its experience, right? Otherwise, you would not be able to have a human experience. So it's your higher self, your subconscious mind, you can call it, or the Christ within, that manifests the background, everything. Whatever you see is being manifested by that being. What your job, the little you or your ego self job, is to decide what you would like to experience. And once you have decided that, if you are unconscious, most people do it unconsciously, they don't even know that what they are manifesting. They repeat certain thoughts, they acquire beliefs from the universe. For example, the belief that what is not meant for you will not find you, and what is meant for you will always find you. So we acquire beliefs from outside world like that, and we sort of make a character that has all these beliefs that are unconscious. Most people don't even notice it, and that is what then becomes part of your higher self, and then it becomes your experience. So my channel and Neville Goddard, people like us, the entire point of our discourse is to give you your power back, to make you realize that you decide what will happen by and large in your experience. Now, of course, you decide the direction, but how something will manifest and how something will come about in your experience, you don't do that. This is where your higher self comes into play. This is where Neville Goddard says, don't worry about the how. And everybody says, circumstances don't matter, don't think about it, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Just say that you have it right now. Because all these background things and all the magnificent things of the universe that are happening in the background, you will never be able to devise how they appear in your world. You will never be able to, how would you say? It's basically the experience is too big for you, right? Basically, the background programming or the background dream, how it animates is not up to you. Because if that was up to you, then there is no genuine human experience, and it's just that defeats the purpose of this experience. So you always focus on what do you want and where your life direction needs to go, right? Who do you say that you are? And the moment you say that, you have decided the things that are meant for you from all that is, because you are all that is. You're all that is. You're one with the entirety of all that is. You're one with God, and your higher self is God. And so out of all that is, you select from your assumptions and beliefs and your self-concept and your imagination what is supposed to be meant for you to experience. So there is nobody deciding what is meant for you and what is not meant for you except for you. There is no external God dictating the fates of humans, and that's all separation consciousness. All religions are based on that. All philosophies basically who are pointing towards the universe or something external, they're all based in that. And with those beliefs, manifestation and unity consciousness is incompatible. So you must get rid of those. As Neville Goddard says, you must buy the pearl of great price. What is the pearl of great price? It's just an allegorical story that he said, where I think Christ, I don't know who it was, but some person went to a merchant and said that, what does this pearl that you have, magnificent pearl, what does it cost? And the merchant said, everything. What it means is, your new desired reality or your new self, what will it cost you? It will cost you your old self, all your old beliefs that do not serve you, and everything that is of your old self that will prevent you to get into your desired reality. So for example, somebody manifesting a specific person, if you believe that love is hard for you, you must let that go. If you think astrology has something to do with your fate, and because of astrology you cannot get your specific person, you have to let that go. There is no external God. If you believe in that, you've got to let that go. You've got to believe that, let the belief of separation consciousness go. You have to let all these things go to make room for your new self-concept, where you say that you have your specific person. You have to claim your own I amness, your own authority as being one with God, the director of your experience, the operant power in your experience. If you do not claim these things, you may manifest some small things here and there, and but by and large, because your ego has a lot of unconscious beliefs underneath, and you select them still every day. If you do not deny them, you select them, right? If your ego says that you will not get what you want because of astrology, and you accept that to be the case, yeah, maybe that is true, well, you have selected that reality, and so you will experience that. So you must buy the pearl of great price, which is your own wonderful human imagination is God, period. And after that, if you give power to anything outside, then you have not bought the pearl of great price, and you will have as Navaga said, double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You will have unstable experience. This is why people say, oh, I manifested this so easily, why am I unable to manifest this? I manifested money so easily, why cannot I manifest love, and vice versa? Or I manifested health so easily and weight loss, but I'm unable to manifest success as business. Well, examine your self-concept. Examine, did you buy the pearl of great price? Or are you being double-minded? Are you bestowing power to something else? As Christ said to Pontius Pilate when he was about to, decide his fate, so-called, right? your fate is being decided by astrology or something else, right? So Pontius Pilate was about to decide the fate of Christ by saying that, don't you want to plead to me? I can let you go. And Christ said to him, you have no power over me unless it was given to you from above. And in scripture, everything above is talking about consciousness. Heaven is a synonym or an allegory for consciousness. And everything above, my Father who is in heaven, is consciousness. It's your higher self that Christ was talking about. So basically Christ was saying the 3D has no power over me unless I give it from above. So astrology, your specific person, your family, or the circumstances or the government, these things have no power over you unless you deliberately say that yes they do. Then they have power. So what is meant for you is what you decide is meant for you. What is not meant for you is what you decide that you will not get it. It is as simple as that. So you must let go of all these old beliefs and step into unity consciousness and your own authority of being the operant power of your experience. Your own I am awareness is God. Claim it and live by it and see the magic happen. You will see all these so-called outside things having no power over your fate. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye-bye.